Let's just say you go viral. Like, this is what happens when places go viral, is all of a sudden they have lineups at the door. It's a mom and pop operation, and then they can't handle the rush. So then the business that going viral didn't actually help them.
So what numbers should we be really looking at? Open up your first restaurant in 2020, a month before everything shut down.
There's a lot of optimism. I still remember sending home my staff with all the food in our fridges, and it was like, well, locking up. See you guys later. See you in I don't know when or how long, but like, this is just what it is.
Open up all these different types of restaurants. Why have you committed yourself so much into this industry?
Susan Tung, the owner of Hanoi House, a multi-restaurant owner based in Peterborough, Ontario, incorporating Asian food in her small city, showing that Asian food is beyond the stereotype. Please welcome the owner of Hanoi House, the person behind the restaurant mom and voice behind Table 13.
Like anyone that opens a business, all you think about is the good. Can't wait to pack this place. It's gonna be so well received. Everything's uphill, right? You want people to like love your food. You put all your like blood, sweat, and tears into doing this. You don't do it to suck. Give the customers a good experience, good food, make their life easier. Give the community what they want, a business that they support and that they believe in and they're proud exists in their community. If you just listen to what people want and you just give it to them, like, you literally can't fail.
Is there something you wish someone would have told you starting out before you opened Hanoi House?
You could have the best business in the world, full house, people could love you, but you could still have a failing business. Because if you're not profitable, you don't have a business. My brother once got really mad at me and he called me an ungrateful.
What do you wish you knew about success 10 years ago that you know today?
Quick 30 seconds before the episode starts, I just want to say a big thank you for tuning in today. It truly means a lot, and I appreciate you spending the next hour or so with me. If it's not too much, I have a small favor to ask. If at any point you find value in these conversations, it would mean the world to me if you would hit that subscribe button and follow the show. By doing so, it lets me know that these conversations do make an impact and helps the show reach more people who might need to hear this. Thank you. Let's begin.
Susan, you've opened up multiple restaurants, working on the third, right? Chinese, working on Vietnamese, Japanese before?
Yep, I had a Japanese restaurant, which I sold last year. It's called the Asian Takeover.
The Asian Takeover?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Slowly incorporating more Asian food in my small city, showing people that Asian food isn't just, that stereotype. Mind you, my third restaurant, my Chinese restaurant, is reverting back to the stereotype because, let's be serious, people love what they love. My first two restaurants were more of my passion projects, doing things that I wanted to do. So like the Vietnamese food, like it was my way of showcasing that Asian food isn't just deep fried chicken balls and egg rolls, General Tso chicken, which is like not even an actual, Chinese food item, right? So for me, it was more just me telling people, hey, Asia's a pretty big country. There's like a lot of great food here, That's all this restaurant was. That was the goal. And then with the Japanese restaurant, everyone thinks of Japanese food as sushi, California rolls.
That's all I think
edamame, whatever, right? But at that restaurant, we focus on Japanese comfort food. So it's like ramen. Like a lot of people here they think ramen is Mr. Noodles. Legit.
Oh, I have a Mr. Noodles where I'm from. It's honestly, anyways.
Yeah, but Mr. Noodles is great. But like when they think of ramen,
They just
that's
think of just
what it
plain noodles,
is, right? And then there's just like Japanese food. There's like karage, like a lot of different tempuras and stuff. There's just so much more than people really expect in this small city. So I wanted to just kind of expand on what they currently knew.
I was gonna say, you kind of answered my question. I was gonna say, opening up all these different types of restaurants, why have you committed yourself so much into this industry? And especially during like the toughest times to open a restaurant.
I guess it would have to be that I've tried to do other things and I just keep reverting back to the restaurant industry. I've tried other careers, like I have a teaching degree.
Yeah.
But even in teachers college, when I was doing my practicum, which is where, you kind of, it's like a co-op, like you work in the school as part of your program.
Yeah.
When I was doing that, I was like, no, this is not for me. I'd rather work like 12-hour days in a restaurant versus 6 hours in a school dealing with the politics around this.
Because I was reading about you grew up at Golden Wheel, but
Yeah.
that's your parents' thing. Was
Yeah.
it just comfort thing? or you just really didn't like
It's like a lifestyle.
teaching in a sense?
It's a lifestyle. Like, I'm used to my life being revolved around work. Like, even when the restaurant wasn't open, we were still working. Like, we'd be going to Toronto to shop for the restaurant. I'm just used to that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no such thing as, well, you clock out and then you're just done working, you go home and just watch Netflix. Like, no, you're at home doing something for the restaurant. Actually, at Golden Wheel, we lived above the restaurant. We had like an apartment above it. So, like I said, restaurants are our lifestyle, especially when you're growing up in it in a family business. And, you know, my parents wanted me to be a doctor, but just, that wasn't me. It's like, I'm not that kind of person. I like people. I genuinely enjoy serving others and making people happy. And I felt like falling into one of those careers was not in alignment with who I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you describe to me what it was like opening up, I guess, your Hanoi House is your first restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Opening up your first restaurant in 2020, a month before everything shut down.
There was a lot of optimism. I think when I opened up, like anyone that opens a business, all you think about is the good, right? Can't wait to pack this place. It's gonna be so well received. You know, everything's uphill, right? And I'm a very optimistic person, so that doesn't help with that factor. Yeah, and then when COVID hit, I like still remember that day we were watching on my laptop, you know, watching Justin Trudeau speak at like 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. I think it was. And him being like, yep, we are telling everyone to lock down. And it was like, what does that even mean? Like, that's like never happened before.
Yeah.
And I still remember sending home my staff with all the food in our fridges, like, because, you know, we have food that's prepped and needs to go. And it was like, well, locking up, see you guys later, see you in I don't know when or how long, but like this is just what it is. I think it was just so, I can't even describe it, bizarre and so memorable and like dystopian in a way.
Dystopian.
Yeah. Like,
What's dystopian mean?
kind of just out of this world, like different and like it's like not reality. Like, is this actually happening?
Is this a dream? Is this just
like it kind of like out of body experience? Like, I don't know, but I always just go with it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you just go right with the punches. And again, I'm one of those people that if something pops up, I'll get around it because that's just how I was raised. I mean, my parents, I looked at all the things that they had to go through building their business, and they always got through it, no matter what. You know, someone comes in, you know, when I reopened my parents' restaurant with him in 2016, the fire department all of a sudden was like, oh, first off, we've had that building for a long time, like decades. All of a sudden we come back in and they're like, oh, you know, this place isn't up to code. You actually have to have a smoke detector in every peak because our roof was like kind of like this from the interior. There was these like columns that come down.
Okay.
So, you actually need to have a smoke detector in every column. So you have to get it wired, like hardwired.
Yeah.
Anyways, all of a sudden we're having to spend like $18,000, you know, unexpected costs.
On just fire alarms?
On just fire alarms, yeah, on like a suppression system. And again, we made it through. Like, it was like, oh, well, unexpected bill that we had no idea was going to come. And here's an $18,000 bill. Okay, we're going to figure it out. And we did.
Yeah.
But for some people, that would be crippling. And like, you know, some people would want to like crawl under a bed and cry.
Quit right after that.
Yeah. $18,000 out of nowhere before you've kind of like barely opened.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a lot. Because I'm doing renovations in my basement right now, and let me just tell you, it's been a year since renovations has quote unquote started.
Okay.
50% done-ish. Like, there's insulation. We just need to do proper plumbing, electricity, and having like a water closet and just drywall.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot of things popping up. It's
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Especially when all of a sudden, you know, you're taking things apart and you're like, oh, this needs to be fixed. And then now it's one thing after another. Right now, there's people renovating the new restaurant, like at this moment that we're speaking. And yeah, I'm getting updates, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, we took this wall down. It's just drywall. It's fine. So it's not actually going to cost too much money, like, because originally we thought there was going to be more repairs like needed.
Yeah.
So that's, nice to hear. But, often you hear, oh, we took this apart and you're going to need a new this, and this.
Yeah.
And it's going to now cost this, and this. People don't always budget for that.
Your furnace is 15 years old.
Yep.
You're going to have to get a new one.
Yep.
for
Yeah,
just
there goes
like
20 grand.
20K.
Yep.
Like, hello?
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's just part of business. It's cost of doing business.
Cost of renovations.
Yes.
Cost of renovations. Susan, what do I have to know about your background and how you grew up to understand who I'm really sitting in front of?
Ooh, okay. I guess the best way to describe that would be I grew up in a way that was really beneficial for me, but at the same time, I don't want my kids to have that same upbringing, if that makes sense.
What type of upbringing do you mean?
So for me, like my parents raised me in a restaurant and I was with them 24/7, open to close because we lived in the building.
Yeah.
The pros of that are I got a lot of my work ethic from them. I learned a lot about what it takes to make a business successful, like the hard parts. But then your personal life suffers, right? So it's like you don't really have quality family time. Like there's no such thing as like a family board game night or going to the movies together. Like we don't do those things.
Family time is going shopping. Like, let's go.
Yeah, like we're going to the Asian grocery store
gotta
in
get the
Toronto. Like the most quality time we had was sitting down for dinner at an Asian restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant. So for me, it's like reaping the benefits of that upbringing and applying it to my business, but also not making my own kids suffer that lifestyle. So I'm trying to enjoy the best of both worlds. So now that I have my own business, I build it in a way that I'm not working 24/7. I get to work Monday to Friday when my kids are in school, and I take weekends off because, again, childcare, being there for my kids is really important to me.
Yeah.
So I built my business around my lifestyle
Okay.
and not the other way around.
So do your kids like have any? Do they work in the restaurant? Do they?
So my kids are 1 and 3. I wish they
never
work
mind.
so they can start contributing. God, it's just such.
Would you bring that up in like how your parents brought you up?
I would. My kid likes being here. Like my 3-year-old, it's really cute. When we drive by, and she's like, "It's mommy's restaurant," right? There's that little sense of pride.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it in a way that she has no choice, right? It's not like we have to go to the restaurant again every day. Like it's not like that. It's more like, yeah, I want to go there. I want to help. I want to clear the tables. I want to help wash dishes. I want her to want to be here and not have to be here.
Did you feel like you were forced to with your
Oh yeah, I
parents?
mean I had no choice. Like
Yeah.
that was all I knew though. So that to me was normal.
Yeah.
I didn't like live in a normal house like on my friends.
Yeah.
You go to their houses and they have pools and you're like,
You guys have a backyard?
oh, yeah. And like, oh, you have dogs? Like I want a dog. Well, I can't because I have a restaurant and people are gonna think that we, eat dogs. Like Asian stereotype, right?
Very stereotypical.
So for me, it was just my reality was different from everyone else's.
Different circumstances.
Different circumstances.
Would you say that working at your parents' restaurant helped elevate your mindset more?
Definitely. It made me way more resilient than I think a lot of people that come in this industry.
Yeah.
I think about this one time, probably in like 2016, 2017. There was a time where it just seemed like there was a lot of blackouts in the area. Like whenever it was hot, there's always like a power shortage or power outage. And I remember this time we were super busy because a lot of people in the area didn't have power, so they were coming to our restaurant to eat. Like everyone was just flocking to our restaurant to come eat because it was probably around dinner time.
Yeah.
They didn't have power, so they came out to our place. So we were super busy. But then all of a sudden we lost power. But my parents, being the hustlers they are, like no power, they're still pumping food out of the kitchen in like darkness. They just like hung up some flashlights, set up some like lights here and there.
Yeah.
Barely can see, and they're just still go, go, go. I mean, it's kind of illegal because, the suppression wasn't even on like the hood. But hey, people have made these orders. They're out front waiting. Obviously, we stopped taking orders eventually, but it was like, we've committed to making these orders. We're going to make it happen. Like nothing was going to stop them. And I just remember looking in the kitchen and just looking at that circumstance and my parents' attitude. And I was just like, it just was like ingrained in me. Like
A resilience?
you just got to get through it. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's
Just do it.
That's exactly what my mom said. She's like, doesn't matter what's in front of you, just figure it out.
Yeah.
Her favorite thing is, every time there's a problem, like for example, me, my dad, or my brother would say, "Oh, something's wrong. Just figure it out." I'm like, at first when you're hearing that, I was like, okay, like, how? But then she instilled in me growing up, was like, there's always a solution to everything. It's just whether you actually want to solve the problem or put in the work to address the problem.
I think we live in a society where everyone is so used to having the answers fed to them, right? We've got like Google now, you know, if you want something, you just, it's a click of a button. I'm guilty of this too. Everything, you know, it's like that instant gratification.
Yeah.
To have to solve something and to have to really like work through a problem requires time and patience and like legit like grit. And that is just a skill set we don't really have anymore. We're actually like beating it out of ourselves, if anything, with all the things we're putting in front of us to make it easier. But now it's like the people that win are the ones that like dial down, that like get through it. You know, we talked about how many episodes we've done of each of our podcasts, right? You know, we're actually about the same. What is your goal, by the way? What is your goal to get to?
Number-wise?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a number-wise.
Okay. Is there time? Like, is there like a number of years?
I never really set out with that type of intention to, at least for the podcast, to have a certain amount of episodes, certain amount of like time limit. It was just building a personal brand. And
All right.
That's like a lifelong thing, right?
Cool. My goal was 100 episodes. I don't know why. Just,
in 1 year, though?
No, it wasn't in 1 year, but it was like to get to 100 because people quit. Like, you know,
right after like the third.
I'm guilty of this. Yeah, after 3, no one's listening to it. You know, I'm just like, what's the point of doing this? But in my mind, when I started this, I was like, I'm gonna get to 100 no matter what. No one's listening. I'm still gonna do 100 and I'm still gonna get better at it every time.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing for me. I want to get better and I want to get to the finish line. That's all that matters to me in this. And the people that win are the ones that like stick with it. It's the ones that like, you know, quit after a year and say, oh, well, I tried it, didn't work, move on. It's like, well, you didn't do anything different to make it better. And that's
or you didn't really try.
You didn't really try. Like when people say, oh, I tried using social media for my business. And this is really common. I find with like smaller independents.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried using social media for my business. I post once a day. No one's coming to my restaurant. And it's like, well, then whatever you're doing isn't working. So you need to like implement a different strategy. Maybe it's not posting about once a day. Maybe it's the content you're producing.
Yeah.
Like it's the same content every day. It's like a piece of food that looks terrible. Yeah, no one's coming, of course. No one's liking it, no one's engaging. So why do you keep doing the same thing every day?
Yeah.
So I think people just have to get out of that mindset of like, I've tried it. Well, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't try enough different things to actually grow and learn. Even my restaurant is 5 years old. We've tweaked the recipe, like multiple recipes throughout the years. This morning when I came in, my manager was literally just introducing to me another recipe. Hey, we should tweak this and this and this. Let's do it. Let's make it better. If it's to make it better, then why should we not do it?
Yeah.
Just because we've already opened and we're 5 years in, if it's for the sake of improving things, why would you not?
Would you say you're the type of person to be really open to change or adaptability? 'Cause that's what I find.
Yeah, I'm like a chameleon. Like I'll do.
A chameleon.
I'll blend in wherever. If COVID happened all of a sudden again, I'm like, I'm good. Yep, it's fine. We'll just get through it.
Is there something you wish someone would have told you starting out before you opened Hanoi House?
Yeah, I think numbers, like understanding your numbers is really important. This is something that people don't talk about, right? Like people open food businesses and restaurants because they love food, they love people, they love all those like that warm fuzzy feeling of opening a business, but they don't look at the analytics and they don't think about the black and white. The black and white is the numbers. You could have the best business in the world, you could have full house, people could love you, but you could still have a failing business. Because if you're not profitable, you don't have a business.
So what numbers should we be really looking at?
I mean, that really depends on what you want. Right? Like, it's like, what do you need to sustain your lifestyle and what are the goals for your business? For some people, they want like a 5% profit margin and they're happy with that. And it's like, cool, that's fine. Like, you know, you do you.
Yeah.
But in this industry, you can hit 15, 20, 25% profit margins. You just have to have the right numbers in place and know your numbers and know what they're supposed to be, right? So your food costs and your labor costs, like that's your prime costs altogether, it should be under 65%. Because you still got to pay rent.
Prime costs and labor?
Yeah, prime costs equals food and labor.
Okay.
And often a big mistake people make is they just look at the two separately. But different concepts have different proportions of those two numbers.
What do you mean?
So for example, a QSR, let's say like a Domino's or whatever, any like franchise kind of place, their labor will be really low because they have all the systems in place to run it. Everything's kind of pre-packaged. It's just plug and play.
Yeah.
So labor is really low, but the cost of goods is expensive because they're using big companies to distribute. So that's going to cost more for them. So whereas other restaurants, they might have lower cost of goods, like a bakery, right? So like, a lot of their ingredients are flour and sugar, and don't get me wrong, those things are all going up too. But their cost of goods are low, but labor is high because everything's made from scratch. So you have to put more time into making those things from start to finish. So the concepts are different, so they'll have different proportions of the number. But as long as your prime cost stays under 65%, that's like the most important thing.
Is this like how did you figure out 65, or it's just like an industry standard?
Industry standard, but again, it's like almost not very spoken of. I definitely learned a lot from other restaurant owners more experienced than me. For me, like my metrics were probably a little bit more different before. I was one of those people that looked at my things separately. And I just kind of looked at my food and then I looked at my labor, but I never looked at the two together. So then I was obsessing over the number, and it was, 1 week it's like my food costs were really bad 1 week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're spending too much money on food. But then the next week it's like lower, or the next couple weeks it's lower because we spent more, like that 1 week.
Yeah.
Right, so everything balances out. So I would obsess over the numbers in the wrong way, but everything balances out. For me, it's about just talking to other restaurant owners, seeing what their best practices are. And that's the thing, we don't talk enough. We're so stuck in our own bubbles, and we think that we know what's best. Because, I'm the owner, I know everything. It's like, no, we don't know everything. We're all figuring this out as we go along.
Yeah.
Right? The people that know the most, like the ones that own 100 restaurants, whatever, they're also still learning too. They're learning different things, but they're still learning.
No one knows everything.
Literally impossible, especially this industry. The type of cuisines, the concepts, people management, right? Like even like dealing with the different generations of the workforce. You're constantly learning something new every year, some new trend, some new technology. If you're not open to change, you're really not fit for business, I think.
You'll wither quicker. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. If you like expect something to be a certain way, your mindset is gonna just be really, you're gonna be challenged all the time.
100%. I think when I was a kid, I forgot the certain moment, but when I was a kid, I remember asking like older people, like adults or teachers or even my parents, about certain things, and then they would just be like, oh, I don't know. And as a kid, I'm just like, aren't you like the older person? Like, shouldn't
you know?
Shouldn't technically the older you are, you should know everything? And then growing up and actually like, obviously people with different experiences and et cetera, et cetera. I was talking to a wide range of people, and I'm talking to them and I'm like, do you know anything about this? Or like, how can I do this? And they wouldn't even know. It was like, oh, all I know is just, I did this for like 30 years. And I talked to someone else and all they know is something else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, when I become a parent, I won't know how to do all these things still? And I'm like, that's crazy. So whenever I look at parents who are like, you're figuring life out too.
Everyone's figuring things out.
You're figuring life out.
Man,
just give them grace.
Parenting is like that, and that's a great example. It's like, do you know how much I use Google in I still use Google all the time with my kids, right? I was like, how did they parent back in the day without Google? They just like ask people, right? They
just figure it
hey,
out.
what do you guys do when your kid has like a diaper rash, whatever? They talked about it, but now we just like on our phones and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The cool thing about restaurants and business, if you have a problem, is the solution is probably online somewhere. You just have to probably know that you have a problem and know that you need to like solve something.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. People don't know they have problems.
Yes. How do you know? But if you don't have that mindset of asking the right questions, that's when you're stagnant, right? So you need to learn how to ask the right questions, really good questions. Like for me, one of my questions I've always in the back of my brain is, how can I be better? How can I make my restaurant better? If my competitor was to move next door,
Yeah.
like why should people come here? So I always operate on the premise that my competitor is like right next to me. So everything I do has to be like the best. My staff have to be really welcoming, you know, from the moment you walk in the door, always. Food presentation, always on point. You know, everything, like the whole experience has to be on point, because that day will come when the competitor is next door.
Yeah.
So don't just sit and enjoy mediocrity. Like,
Yeah. At least for me, and I guess a lot of people who are like business owners, or like they have a dream to chase, they're always hustling, like they're always doing something, right? And then I remember some people sometimes they're like, oh, Vincent, why don't you just like take a break? Oh, you don't have to go today, like you already did all this much work, like just take down, celebrate. So I guess relating to your point, I don't know if I have the question, but relating to your point of always trying to improve or trying to get better,
yeah.
there's always going to be people who don't see your side and be like, Susan, why don't you just take a rest? Chill. Like, no one's here right now. Just be in the moment. Like, you're doing good. Your staff is up.
Yeah.
Having a running business is, quote unquote, like success already, right?
For sure. I don't think that's a really good question. I don't push growth in a way that is aggressive and that it's uncomfortable. I think growth is just part of our culture. So one of the things that I hire for is I look for people that want to get better. And it doesn't have to be a self-development way or like a super hardcore, I want to become a marathon runner. Like, it doesn't have to be that. It's just like, they just have to have an inclination to try their best and improve and get joy from improving, right? When people see like that 5-star review that was written about them, they feel this internal sense of pride. Yeah. Like, wow, like, you know, I'm so happy that I did that. That's just like the culture that I've just built in my business, and it stems from me. I don't think I do it in a way that is uncomfortable or going against the grain of anything in my business. So I think that's just part of being an entrepreneur, is when you're building a business, you have to know what you care about, and everything you do has to align with it. So for someone to say, like, why don't you just chill? It's kind of like, that's just not my natural demeanor. I'm always wanting to be better. I always want to help other people. But I do it in such a natural way that it's just, when you think of growth, you should think of me and my business. That's just like, yeah, like always open to new opportunities. That's probably like one of the first things people think of when they think of me. It's like, I'm down for it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm open.
Let's do it. Let's try it out.
I have a confession to make. For a long time, I've been gatekeeping this. About 6 years ago, I implemented one habit that completely changed my relationship with money. I started tracking every single dollar that went in and out of my accounts. It began completely manual, from pen and paper, then somehow moved into my Outlook calendar. Weird, yeah, I know. And eventually evolved into a fully automated spreadsheet. And that one habit changed everything. It gave me complete clarity on how much money was flowing in and out of my accounts. No more guessing, no more feeling anxious whenever I opened my banking app. I could finally see why I felt like there was never enough left over. Most people think they have an income problem, when in reality, they just have a clarity problem. That's why I turned my personal system into a digital financing template, so you can replace financial stress with clarity and start designing your life with intention. Just head over to the link down below in the description and enter code S2 for 25% off. Thank you. And now let's get back to the show.
Was there ever a moment in, I guess, your business career that made you really want to, or contemplate your decisions on opening up a business?
Like, my quick answer is no, but then, you know, there were moments of COVID during like the lockdown, right? You're like, sometimes it's just easier to be an employee.
Yeah.
But then, you know, my brain goes back to the times I've been an employee And I'm like, you know what? The reality is, it is hard. No matter what you do in life, like every job is hard. Whether you're an employee or a business owner, you just have to choose which challenges are worth it for you. Yeah, no matter what you do, any career, any position, you just have to choose what you want to put up with.
Yeah.
Like, nothing comes easy.
Oh, definitely not.
Like you're like if things came easily, everyone would just do it, right? So for me, being an employee was like, oh, I have to answer to someone else and suffer the consequences of decisions that I didn't make, which like that drives me nuts. You know, working for someone that you're like, you can do that better. Like why, you know?
Like it's just having it's not like your opinion doesn't, like you have no power, but it's like you don't have control over, I guess, the things you want to improve.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Susan, can you take me back to the most life-changing conversation you've ever had?
Oh man.
What was that like?
So I guess this is more personal. My brother once got really mad at me when I was younger in my teenage years, and he called me an ungrateful bitch.
Okay.
And like he was right, because I used to live my life very, like I'm the golden egg. I'm the youngest child.
Yeah.
Everything was handed to me.
Everything revolves around me.
Yep. And I lived that way because my parents treated me like that because I was the youngest. And then there was one time my brother and I had a blowout, and he like said that, and like I obviously cried because like, you know, someone says that to you, like ouch.
It hurts.
But like I'll never forget him saying that to me, and I changed like the way I kind of moved and talked and acted. I started thinking more about other people around me and how my actions were affecting other people.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just started becoming more of a grateful person. Like seriously, like you just have to be called out sometimes, and like the truth hurts. But we have a really good relationship now because we got through that, and he had to say what he had to say, and I'm glad he did, because if he didn't say that, I probably would have continued acting like a spoiled brat. I probably still am a little bit.
It's like what you said before. People don't know they have a problem until they have a problem, and it takes people to, I guess,
someone close to you to like call you out on
it. Like, oh, this is how I act. I never do that.
Yep.
Yeah. What has been the toughest feedback you've ever received?
Oh, toughest feedback. Good question. I don't know, to be honest. I think it's dealing with people saying the food's not good, right? Like, you know, when people give you like a 1-star Google review or whatever, like
those hurt.
Those hurt because you want to do well, and I was gonna be like, you can just see people over here too. It's fine. Yeah, like those hurt. You want people to like love your food. You put all your like blood, sweat, and tears into doing this. You don't do it to suck.
Yeah.
Right? No one's like, I'm gonna open a restaurant so that everyone hates me.
And just for fun.
For fun. Like, well, who does that? So I think when someone comes and gives you a bad review and you didn't even get a chance to like fix it or whatever, like, again, it's not personal. They just like don't like it, and it is what it is. But I think that's like the hard part, is like you can't please everyone. So, and that's the nature of food though. It's so subjective. Like you could love something and I could hate it. But you can't change that. That is just how it is. That is why this industry is so great, because you can make food that is someone loves and then someone doesn't like. You just got to find your people.
Yeah. But those 1-star reviews definitely hurt.
Yeah.
They hurt so much. I remember when I was working at my previous job, and I would just look at the reviews sometimes, because at this time we were going through a phase of transition. So new management, new staff, new people, a bunch of the regulars are not used to whatever the hell is going on. And just for like months on months, and before we like actually got things smooth, it's just 1-star review, 1-star.
Yeah.
There's like every 5-star, there was at least 4 1-stars. And I'm just reading those reviews. I'm like, I'm trying not to take it personally.
Yeah.
Because we still are just transitioning and just figuring things out. But those 1-star reviews, especially when they name drop, those definitely hurt.
For sure. There's like, I think there's different ways you can look at it, right? You can either look at it in a way of taking it personally, or you can identify the patterns that people are bringing up. Like if they constantly are talking about the service, then okay, maybe there's some validity there. Maybe like the service isn't great. Maybe the food quality isn't great. Like if it's a repeated pattern of things, then that's something to look at, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna get the odd person that goes, you know, I actually got this review where someone, actually it's funny, the door situation, right? So like that door was weird, right?
Yeah.
One time the door actually popped locked and someone had gone out, and then when
do
he
you
tried
mean?
to come back, it popped back out, so it locked the door.
Oh, okay.
But the person that just walked out the door and he tried to come back in, and he was like, this is a complete accident. No one did it to him. It was a completely freak incident. He literally left a review being like, I feel like they were discriminating against me. They locked me out. And we were like, that is not what happened at all. Like, I'm sorry that happened. But he automatically jumped to like, I don't know, he must have been a minority, which is ironic because like we're a minority-owned business, whatever. But he just like, nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do with those situations,
Yeah.
right?
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. It's just that brought up the door thing. It's like, yeah, like we didn't know it was locked. It just like locked it on its own.
There's just things that you can't like control, like that literally you had no effect or
Yeah.
control over, and then they get still. Oh, I don't like this chair. I didn't like the way I was seated, or
Yeah,
the door
everyone
locked
has-
on me, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone has an opinion. It's fine. But I think we just have to try to grow from it and not let it bother you. I think that's probably one of the best things that like happened to me in the last few years. Is I've learned to accept it. So, 5 years ago, if I got a 1-star review, it would keep me up at night. Like it's all I thought about. I obsess over it. I get angry about it. I went through all the emotions of what happens when you get a 1-star review.
The
And
five
I made it
stages
a
of
thread.
grief.
Yeah, I made it a thread. Like the 5 stages of a 1-star review, like from the mindset of an owner. And one of my biggest growth like trajectories has been now, like, when I go on my phone, if I get one, it doesn't send me in a tailspin, doesn't ruin my day. I will look at it, I will address it, I'll talk to my management about it, and I use it in a constructive manner, but I don't let it ruin my day anymore.
You look at it as more like analytical, like okay, what went wrong, rather
what
than
happened?
just
What can I do to make it? What can I do to make it better? Like, can I find out who it was or whatever? I will rectify it right away. Because that actually happened recently when one person called me out, like almost like he was writing a letter to me, but via review. It was funny. He was like, "Hey, Susan, this happened." I looked up instantly. I got the review, went on my phone, looked up his order because I had his name.
Yeah.
And I called him right away, instantly. Like, he left the review, and I was like, "Hey, man, how's it going? Like, I'm so sorry this happened, blah, blah." Like, and it's funny. I don't care if the review is still up, but what was most important to me was I fixed the situation. I made it better, clarified what happened, because we did mess up. It was our fault. So, we fixed it. It's all good. But, yeah, it's a skill set to like get
Calling
over
him
it,
right
deal with
after.
it. Yeah, but I'm like that. Hey, what's up? I'm right here. I see everything, man. Nothing passes me.
Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese. Naka was your.
Was the Japanese restaurant?
Japanese,
Yeah.
right? Out of these 3 restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the one you're building as well is also Chinese. What has stayed the same in terms of like core values or philosophies of opening up different
There-
types of cuisines?
Yeah, all the same. I think because it stems from me, everything starts from the top as an owner. So my philosophy is, having a growth mindset, taking care of our customers. Like, they're more than just a dollar sign or like a number to me. Like, I genuinely care about them. I care about who they are, where they come from, taking care of them. Being involved in the community, really important. So like when people ask for donations, if it aligns with my values and what I believe in, then I always like donate things or help out in any way I can. Basically, I have some core principles that I operate on, and I just try to stick with that. And then all my businesses have that same philosophy. I hire the same kinds of people for all those businesses. And that's why, if they're interchangeable, I could take one employee from one restaurant and take them to another, and they'll still jive because they all have the same beliefs or similar beliefs.
The same mindset?
Yeah.
What has each restaurant taught you differently?
Ooh. I mean, a hard lesson is, your concept is everything. Like, if you have a concept that doesn't fit the market, you're screwed. Or you have to work really, really hard to make that concept work in the market where people don't know, like, what your thing is.
Yeah, give me an example. Like,
So, for example, like Vietnamese food, like, Our top seller is pho. We live in Peterborough. Less than 5% of people here even know what pho is. Right? Think about it. That's crazy.
That is true.
Everyone knows what a burger is. Who doesn't know what a burger and pizza is? I have to work really, really, really hard to market and show people what my food is. So, like, whatever concept you choose, you need to think about what it's going to take to make that work. So, Naka was my kind of my breaking point. You know, it was Japanese cuisine, comfort food. People don't know what ramen is. They don't know what karage is. I had to go through that stress of showcasing again.
Yeah.
I didn't have the energy for it because I had the kids. But when I was younger, without the kids, I could pump this place out all day. I can market it. I can go out in the community, no problem. But Naka was like, no, I can't. I don't have the marketing energy for this.
Besides numbers, because we talked about numbers and figuring things out, what do you think most people open up a restaurant overlook or misjudge?
They misjudge. Okay. They misjudge how important training is. This is really, really common. And I've been actually able to use my education background and my affinity, I guess, for coaching and educating others to really leverage and grow my business. Everyone assumes that just because you've served before somewhere else, that you can go work somewhere else and just serve and be amazing. It doesn't work. You have to treat someone like a blank slate, teach them everything from 0 to 100 so that they fall in line with your expectations, with your standards.
Yeah.
How you hold a tray might be different from how someone else holds a tray.
Yeah.
So you have to train everything.
To the T.
You can't just expect, he's worked in the industry for 20 years. He's probably so good. And you might not survive in my restaurant for 3 days.
Yeah.
Because the expectations are different. So if you want to train someone, you have to expect that they know nothing. Regardless of whether they have 0 experience or decades of experience, you train them as if they're all the same.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah. Because it happens in the kitchen too.
I don't think people talk enough about the team or their staff enough. They always talk about the food. They always talk about the profit margins.
Yeah. But your
that's a good
food
one.
is your team. They're the ones making the food. They're the ones making sure people are taken care of and the food is consistent. Someone actually gives a shit about the business. You have nothing without a team.
Yeah.
You can only do so much as a human being. There's only so many hours in a day that you have. So the reason why I'm able to grow my restaurant right now, there's someone doing construction. I have another prep kitchen being built right now. We have catering going on. We literally have a restaurant buzzing in the background right now. One of my managers is organizing and redoing our office. I have all these departments and all these things going because we have teams and departments, and everyone knows their job. They know their roles. They know the metrics with which they're trying to hit to be successful. I couldn't do all that stuff. I couldn't be sitting here talking to you. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Oh, I know you're super busy. you number one, having a restaurant itself is already busy as hell. I know that from experience, but opening up another one in the process of it and having kids at the same time, I'd be like, sorry, Vincent. Maybe in 20 years. I got no time.
Maybe when my kids are in university.
Maybe on a holiday, or maybe when you have a blackout one time and you can come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm I know how stressful it is to even run a restaurant and how busy it is. You're here constantly. And like you said, we were talking about before, if you're not in restaurant working hours, you're still doing work.
Yeah.
Whether you're prepping,
I run payroll. Sometimes I run my payroll when my kids are sleeping. Mind you, it doesn't take me long, but those are hours that are not your average working hours.
Yeah.
You fit things in here and there.
And that's the clock in versus clock out type of mindset.
Again, choose your heart.
Here's a personal question.
Yeah.
How do you know when it's time to expand your restaurant? For example, open another one versus just chill, let it ride out, let it steady grow.
Just had this conversation 2 days ago. And that's a great question. We're so obsessed with growing. So how do you really know? You have to have structure in place. You have to have people. So let's say you're going from one restaurant to another restaurant, to 2. You can't expect to be at both places, right? So your one restaurant needs to run without you literally for weeks without you. that's when you know you can. Well, one, it has to be profitable, right? Like there needs to be
Profitable.
money. Yeah, profitable money at the bottom of the P&L statement, money in the bank.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to go away on vacation for like 2 weeks, not have to check in, and if the place is still running and running well to your standards, that's when you know you can move on.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Two criterias.
Just 2 things?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because I was always wondering, I'm like, because I know there's businesses who grow too fast,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
can't
it does
sustain
happen.
it. And I don't want to be one of those people who, for example, like, sure, we're making money, we're making profit, but then we expand to like 4 locations in 1 year, but then we can't sustain it, we have to close down 2. And I don't want to.
It's so common.
I don't
It
want
is
to
so common.
is digress the word?
Yeah,
Whatever that
Yeah,
word
whatever.
is, whatever that word is. I don't want.
Downsize?
Yeah, I don't want to. I guess take 2 steps back, in a sense.
Yeah, but you know what? And when you become like a restaurateur and you're in this business, not every business that you open is going to be a success. You are going to shut things down because it doesn't fit the concept, doesn't fit the market. Circumstances might change. Your staffing, like your upper management might change. The people you're trying to grow might change. So I think it's okay to fail. And again, you know, that's a big thing about me is like, I'm okay with failing. If I have to shut down something or sell it, that's just part of the business. You just keep growing. You have to think you have to think about the big picture. The other thing about growing and expanding, people don't realize how much money you can squeeze out of one location before expanding. You might do really well in one location, but if you're only open for lunch or breakfast and lunch, there might be opportunities to still get money out of there in the evening, whether it's renting out the space, renting out the kitchen, catering, whatever. Like there's often like money to be squeezed here and there. Sometimes it's a phone call, like call your credit card processing company. Literally, I called them one time to be like, "Hey, I'm doing more in sales now.
Can you lower
my rate?" Yep, cool. I just saved $1,000. One phone call. Saved $1,000. There's a lot of money to be squeezed. But we're all constantly being like, "I'm just gonna get more lemons to squeeze." Like, no, you gotta squeeze the shit out of that lemon.
Yeah, because we always think whatever's working is working. Might as well just keep doing things rather than just adding things.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's a good one. That's a real good one, actually. I know, for example, me and my partner, when we were doing these markets for Kubo, we were talking to a specific business owner. I won't name names here.
Sure.
Okay, I actually won't name locations either.
Super discreet. This place with these people.
These places with these people, they were operating, but imagine they're like seasonal.
Yeah.
Okay? Imagine they're seasonal. So they would only operate during summer because
Yeah.
they would do best in summer. And then wintertime, they would close down.
Okay.
And me and Gabe were talking to them because we were maybe about to do like a deal or something, like in the talks. So they shut down in the winter, but they operated in the summer. And then I'm just thinking, so do you guys still pay rent? They're like, yeah, we pay rent for the whole year. We just don't operate in the winter. I'm like,
How does that make sense? Yeah.
whether you're making money or not, operating or not, you still have to pay rent.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That makes no sense.
I forgot how to relate this, but that just popped in my mind. I'm
That's like a bad business decision. You either have to make so much money that it
offsets
the,
their-
your year. When you look at your P&L in the year, your rent still falls within the 8 to 10%.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can make that work, but like, if your rent is in a year 20% of your you're wasting money.
We saw them this year. They closed down their storefront. So I think they were operating for like a couple years, 4 years ish.
Yeah. Like generally, if you can usually squeeze out. I know everyone always like, oh, so many of them close in the first year. Like, yeah, but I feel like the average is really more like 3 to 4 years. Because by the time you start having to use your own money to sustain it, or you go get another job to sustain your business, you usually can make it to like 3 or 4 years.
Do you recommend starting a restaurant specifically with just yourself or with a co-owner? Because you have a co-owner.
Nope, I'm on my own.
Oh, you're on your own?
Yep. It's all my name.
Morgan is...
My right hand, she's like an owner without any money in the business. So
Yeah.
what I call my partner in crime. We very much balance each other out. We're like, we've become really good friends. We work the same ways. But yeah, no, it's just me. Yeah.
Oh.
But we have a very good working relationship, and it's kind of like she's like my ride or die in the business world.
Yeah. Do you think you could made it to where you are without her? Without being like arrogant or anything.
So no, yes, I could have, but I think the journey would have been very different. Like what Morgan has done has made my life more smooth, and I have like a person I can talk to on a personal basis. Like it's like having a friend doing business with a friend. But if I didn't have her, I probably would have had someone that was like her, but I can't imagine being a friend like her. Do you know what I mean? Like I could have had someone do the same role, but we wouldn't have that
connection,
buddy relationship.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enjoyable.
No, it would be like less enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like when Morgan and I get to work together, it just feels like work doesn't feel like work.
Just hanging out.
We're hanging out. Seriously, like it's the best.
Like when I just walked in today.
Yeah, like that's us on an everyday basis. Like she could just come over to my house and we shoot the shit and talk about restaurants or whatever, but we're not, whatever. Like, but yeah, it's cool. It's a good relationship.
Oh. Now I know. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. First off though, everyone needs a Morgan in their life.
What does Morgan do for you?
She is like the one that makes sure the jobs are finished. I'm the ideas person, and I am the one that comes with the vision and the ideas, but people like me have a hard time following through. She's the one that takes that idea and makes sure it's completed, and will check everything off the boxes to completion. So for example, did you see that she was making a menu for a dinner?
Yeah.
So I'm the one that came up with the idea, and she's the one that's like, yep, let's finalize it. Here's the menu, here's the graphics, let's pump it out, and then but yeah, she's the one that executes. You just have all the. I find that with any type of partner, there's one partner always having all the ideas. Yep.
So like, oh, we should do this. But then someone, without the other partner, they're just like, all right, how are you gonna finish it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. But I think that's just natural. Like it's like having your assistant, right? Like, you know, like the Harvey and the Donna in like suits, right? Like Donna is like get shit done and make sure things are the T's are crossed, whatever. Everyone should have that person. And if you don't have that person, you need to find that person. Seriously, like if you want to grow, you need to have that structure, and she is part of that structure. Because if I die tomorrow, guess who's running the business? The right hand.
The right hand.
Yeah.
All right, Susan, you ready for a little activity?
Yeah, let's do it. We're drawing pictures?
No, we're not drawing pictures. I want to grab something from my bag.
Okay.
All of these blocks are labeled. There's duplicates. So there is products. We'll take products. There's marketing strategy. Pricing and profit. I'll take this one. Operations system and teams. Customer experience. There you go. And then I'll lay down, like, these are like descriptions if they don't make sense. I hope you can read my handwriting. Yeah. It's also in red, so it's a little bit hard to read.
Okay, it's all good. All right.
These 5 represent success factors to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay? We're gonna compare. First we're gonna do it ourselves, and then we'll compare.
Okay, cool.
Ranking these from most important to least important that contributes to the success of a restaurant.
Okay.
So we can write this down on our paper first.
Oh, okay, write it down.
This is where we're actually using the paper.
Oh, okay, that's what this is for. 60 minutes in, we got the paper in. Okay, love it.
You done already?
Yeah.
All right, give me like.
I think about this stuff a lot. This is kind of like how I coach other people or I build my own businesses. So I'm like, yeah. Come on, give me a harder one. I'm just kidding.
Give me. This is hard for me. Give me a second.
Now let's play Jenga.
I didn't bring the whole Jenga set. I just brought these. Okay. In 3, we're gonna put what do you think our number 1 is?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Really?
Yeah. So that was my first pricing and profit because I really do feel strongly about it. You have to make money. But from day one, if your customer experience is bad, you have to take that loss. Like, that's number 1. Like the moment you start giving people bad experiences, it has a negative ripple effect. So from day one, you have to have a good experience. even if you're losing money, like you got to build that into your business somehow. But it has such a compound effect that's number one to me, right? Like the whole, when someone walks in the door, you got to greet them.
Yeah.
You got to do that from day one.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're losing money, it doesn't matter. You still got to do that from day one.
Interesting.
Believe me, I want to write that.
Interesting.
I want to write that, but because this isn't normally like its own category, like when I look at the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
So that's why I still had to put that first.
Okay.
Dude, one bad experience, it's like ripples, especially in small communities.
It does ripple.
Yeah.
Because one word of mouth, and then it's just
Yeah.
like.
They're
no
not
one
your
wants to
fan.
come
They're
over,
not a
yeah.
raving fan. They literally have the opposite effect now.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Number 2. You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Apple product.
Me too.
Okay. Let's explain it.
Sure.
Let's go.
This is how you make your money. This is why people are coming to you. They're not coming because you greet them in the door. As soon as you walk in the door, they greeted you. I'm going to do that all the time. Just walk in the door. No, they're coming here for a reason,
Yeah.
and that's your product. So your product has to be good, if not amazing. But you need to have a product that people want, that like wows them, that makes them want to come back again. Like that's a really important one for customer retention and repeat
Yeah.
business. It has to be something that people want, not just once. Like it builds into their lifestyle, into their cadence of their life.
I was even debating, like, should I put product or pricing first? Because ultimately, if people don't like your product, then you technically don't have business. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, having a good product, you need to make money. Like that's the thing. It's one of those things where like, that's why I really want to put that at the top. But I'm like, there's just
Well,
certain,
the pricing and profit?
strategically, you have to
Build the foundations.
work on foundations before you make a dollar,
Yeah.
right? Like my first year of business, I made money, but I could have made more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But if I didn't do the things I did in my first year, I wouldn't be where I am now.
It wouldn't be like a compound effect.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Again, everyone has different experiences, different journeys, but yeah.
All right. Number 3. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And now I put pricing and profit.
Now I put customer experience.
Okay.
So we're like swapped, first
Yeah.
and third.
So I think the top 3, I think we agree on the top 3.
Okay, top 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
top 3. Because you need to give the market something.
Yep.
You need to be profitable.
Yep.
People need to like.
You gotta build a
have-
fan base from day one.
People need to have a good experience with it.
Yep.
What,
I'm glad that we agree on those 3.
okay.
Next.
4. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at us not agreeing.
I put marketing.
Yeah, I know. I put
reason-
operations and systems.
The reason why I put marketing is because you can have an amazing product, you can have good profit margins, you can have a good customer experience, but at the same time, if no one knows about your restaurant, if no one knows what you have to offer,
Yep.
there's not going to be enough people coming
Sure.
in, you're not going to have profit, you're not going to be in business.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna rebuttal that.
Okay.
Let's say you have an amazing marketing strategy and you have a lineup out the door of people
Okay.
that want to come in your business, but if you don't have operations and systems and a team, you won't be able to service them. And you're going to be working real hard
Okay.
and have burnout. And then customer experience goes down and it's a bit of a cyclical
Okay.
effect. That's my opinion.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of a way to counter that. No. Your point's valid. Your point's valid.
I'm working on the extreme though, right? Like let's just say you go viral. Like this is what happens when places go viral is all of a sudden they have lineups at the door. It's a mom and pop operation and then they can't handle the rush.
Yeah.
So then the business doesn't that going viral didn't actually help them. They don't have the systems and the people to keep up
It's just
with the donuts that they're making. They make the best donuts. Okay, cool. Well, they keep selling out at 11 a.m. and
People don't want to go there no more.
I don't want to go there anymore because they keep selling out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. I was thinking like, as long as you have people in, at least you're still in business.
Yeah.
Like even.
So you're thinking more like on a gradual scale. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking extreme, right?
Yeah.
Like 1.2 million views on a video. Everyone's flocking to this donut shop now.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense, Susan. All right. And last one, operations systems for me.
Marketing strategy. Once everything falls into place, you can add fuel to the fire and then let it burn.
I like that. I like that. We agree on the top three.
That's the most, yeah.
That's what I remember.
That's the most important. I'm glad that we agree on the top
Price,
three.
like profits, products, customer experience,
Yeah.
top three.
Easy.
And
That's
then
an easy.
we're swapped on the bottom.
Yeah, these are definitely very like external things people see, people feel. It's very tangible for customers. And then this is more like your internal pains
This
and
is the
internal-
core. This is, I was gonna say outside, but systems and operations are inside as well.
But it's like internal, like, you know, a marketing strategy doesn't affect a customer, operation system doesn't affect a customer directly, but like these are the things that people care the most about from an outside perspective.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. That's it for this activity. I'm just put all these back. How much capital do you need to start a restaurant?
Depends on the size. This restaurant cost me 40 grand, and it's a decent size. But the reason why it cost me so little, in the grand scheme of things, this is very little. It's because the floors were already done, ceiling's done. I just painted the walls. Like, a lot of things were done. Just it was like slapping lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
The other place, everything's a gut. Floors are getting ripped out, walls changing, ripped down ceilings. Every inch needs to be cleaned. It's a complete design. So that place is, I'm budgeting like 100 to 120,000.
Jeez.
I know.
That's a crazy difference.
Yeah.
That's a crazy
But you gotta start small, right? So it depends on the size of the business you want. If you want a hole in the wall place, yeah, you can start off for like 10 grand. If you want to go big and risk it all, you can spend millions.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure.
Nice. You already answered the first part of this question, which was how much did you invest into starting?
Yeah.
But the second part is, when did you start seeing actual profits?
I started seeing actual profits in my first year, but that's because I worked a lot. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really count because I'm working in the business, right? But in my first year, we did grow so fast and my rent was so cheap that I was banking money in the bank, so that was good. And that's kind of what forced me to grow, right? You see money in the bank,
Yeah.
but where I lacked was the structure and systems. So that was my year one downfall. But from a more grand scheme, the past year is when I've been the most profitable after I got rid of my other restaurant because that requires so much more marketing strategy and time. It actually sucked up a lot of my profit from this place, which you can see is like busy and whatever. But this past year has been my most profitable. Again, squeezing the juice out of the lemon.
You're doing a lot for this. Every time I search you up, I'm just like, oh, I didn't know she had another restaurant. Oh, she's doing catering. Oh, she
I
does
do
something.
everything.
I'm
She has a
what the
podcast?
heck? I'm like, oh, you're doing a lot.
Doing a lot. I have an Airbnb. I don't talk about that.
Doing a lot.
I do a lot.
Doing a lot. Is there a specific experience you need to be successful in the restaurant industry? Like prior?
No, you
School
just
studies.
have to want to learn, and you have to be able to ask the right questions. And like, there's a lot of people that come into this industry with no restaurant experience, and they still get out on the other side. But that's because they're willing to learn, and you know, whether they get a consultant or find someone maybe like me that they kind of vibe with, and they ask questions to. But the thing is, you need to find someone to ask questions to. Don't assume that you're like, I'm just gonna figure it out as I go. No, business mistakes and restaurant business mistakes are very expensive.
Yeah.
So like, invest in the consultant, invest in the learning, go online. Like ChatGPT is amazing. It can actually pretty much give you every answer you need nowadays.
I love chat.
It's gonna kill the coaching industry probably, but every answer you need is online now. So ask the right questions. That's like the first thing. That's the first part.
What do you wish you knew about success 10 years ago that you know today?
Looks different for everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't go by what someone else tells you. You know, just you don't need to have a 6-figure job to be happy. There's a lot of doctors out there that make a lot of money that are pretty miserable.
Yeah.
You get to define what success is, and that's okay. If you want to just have a 9-to-5 job and go home to your family and that's success for you, amazing, great. If you're happy, then that's going to make everyone else happy around you. So.
If you can go back in time and speak to your younger self with all the knowledge and wisdom you have now, what would be one piece of advice you would give them that they can carry on for the rest of their life?
One piece of advice? Oh, I don't
Only
know.
one. Only one.
I would say document everything.
That's what you're doing right now.
I know, but because 4 years ago, I tried to document building this restaurant, and then I stopped. And then I went through all these trials and tribulations, which I didn't document, and I really regret it because if someone watched those videos, they would have just like learned a lot.
Yeah.
But now here I am being like, okay, well, I'm building another one, so now I'm going to document it. But I really wish I took just more raw videos, more photos, more of me just talking to the camera and being like, well, today I effed up, and this is what happened. And whatever. So I wish and now content is so important, as you know, as we're making this. Like 10 years ago, if you started content creation, like my life would be so different right now, probably.
What happened? Why did you stop? You just got busy?
I got busy.
It wasn't on the priority list.
Just wasn't on the priority list. I think I just got caught up in the day-to-day problems.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I think personal branding is important. I think I want my kids to, YouTube is forever, so I want my kids to be able to one day watch it and see what I did, because I could die tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a diary. It's a digital
Yeah.
diary. What is a question that people never ask you, but you wish they did?
Why do restaurants fail? I mean, it's a kind of common question, but like we don't talk about that enough, right? Like, why do restaurants fail?
Yeah.
People go into it thinking it's something, but it's completely something else.
Yeah.
You know, they think it's going around shaking hands, giving out food, being like the life of the party. It's like, nah, it's like me being in the office, paying bills and having meetings, and like there's a lot of boring stuff to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people fail because they are not working on the business, they're working in the business.
What's the difference?
On the business is like thinking about strategy, having meetings, thinking about what you can do to make the business better. In the business is like serving tables, cooking the food, not being able to actually like think about what's going on in the business.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Final question. Are
We
you
don't
ready?
talk enough about that, but yeah.
You ready? Final question?
Yeah.
If you could sum up your entire journey in just one sentence so far, what would that be?
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want?
That's a joke between Morgan and I. Literally, like, if you just operate on that premise, you just give the people what they want, you will be successful. Give the employees what they want. They want a place that's positive, that they're treated well and respected. They still make some decent money. Give the customers a good experience, good food, make their life easier so they don't have to cook. Give the community what they want, a business that they support and that they believe in and they're proud exists in their community. Like, if you just listen to what people want and you just give it to them, like, you literally can't fail. It's so simple. I hope that was a good answer.
That was a good one. Susan, thank you.
We shake
Jump
hands?
back. Or whatever you
I
want.
don't know. Fist bump?
Do you want a fist bump?
Fist bump?
All right. Other than that, is there anything you want to say before we turn off the cameras?
Well, if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram at The Restaurant Mom, because that's kind of my new personal online brand.
You have a YouTube channel too, no?
Yeah, also at The Restaurant Mom.
Everything at The Restaurant.
Follow my journey.
All right. Other than that, that's all from me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Let's eat.